Not touching you.
Stop touching me.
Not touching you.
I'm not touching you. I'm touching your shirt.
That's the same thing.
Welcome back to the Words of Heard podcast, guys. Today we're going to be talking about siblings. Specifically,
And how much we love our siblings.
I have a weird appreciation for Greg's sister because I now have the best family photo of him ever.
with him and his.
It was my mom's dog.
Oh, I thought it was your pussy.
Him and the dog, and the
I thought it was you and a cat.
and the gorgeously light jeans.
It was a
pulled
dog
up to
about the
his-
size of a cat,
Yeah,
probably, but
that's
it was
fair.
his
it was
gorgeously light '80s jeans pulled up to his tits.
Hey, acid wash jeans were the rage when I was a kid.
Oh, I know that picture was the fucking rage. If it,
It was an amazing. It was an
Yeah.
amazing picture. Yes.
No, so you wanted to talk about siblings specifically, though.
Yeah. So I guess specifically the siblings, and I guess kind of like how your parents treated you versus how they treated your siblings.
Oh, so apparently when I was a kid, as far as I heard, like I didn't have like a cookie or like sweets. Like my mom was very like, very conscious of like what I did and
Which
what I was
reminds
fed
me,
and stuff.
hi, Mike's mom.
And apparently when I was like 3 and my sister was a baby, it was just like, oh, here, Chelsea can have a cookie. I guess you can too now. Type of thing.
So
So you only got one because your sister got one.
I think the mentality, and I noticed it with my sister as well, is that when your first child comes, you don't know what you're doing and you're scared of everything. When your second child comes, you're just kind of like, oh, I know how fucked this is going to be, so just...
See, I always looked at it like, well, I never killed the first one, so...
Yeah. So they're just like, oh, yeah. It's not that they don't care, it's just that parents tend to let go the second one a little bit more.
Exactly, yeah. 'Cause, I mean, for me, my entire childhood, growing up, was like very, very strict, and then my sister comes along, and it's like, all right, well, we're still gonna be strict with you, but we're gonna let her kind of like roam free a little bit and kind of do what she wants.
Yeah, my parents did give me a lot of freedoms when I was older. Like, I could have just, like, if I wanted to go out and just do whatever I wanted, stuff like that, as long as I was home on time. Everything was fine.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot of check-ins. Who are you with? Where are you going? What are you doing? Stuff like that.
I was completely opposite.
Unless I did something bad. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have, like, super strict parents. That being said, I picked on my sister a lot. A lot.
Oh,
And she
not me. I was a saint to my sister.
Oh, I'm sure. No, my sister. The thing is that my sister, she let me get to her, and she she gave me very big reactions to things.
Yeah.
Which was just like,
Oh,
you want to see her freak out?
Yeah.
I remember one Halloween, she was dressed as Bubbles for the Powerpuff Girls. She had a Bubbles mask. So this big, smiley, bubbly mask, and she's behind the mask just, Michael! Just screeching at me. And I don't remember what I did. It was just funny as shit. And I remember, like, she used to, like, when she was in her room playing, she would actually sit up against the door so I couldn't come in. And I remember I used to make... paper wasps, like the folded up piece of paper, and I would take an elastic band and I would shoot them under her door.
Snap it, yeah.
And like ping her with them and stuff. But yeah, there was times where we got along, but there was times where I was just like, I'm just gonna pick on her.
I think my sister was very, very animated, very dramatic.
We'll get to your sister in a minute.
Yeah.
I've got some shit.
We're going to save that.
That shit's hilarious.
I find it funny, though, when you guys talk about the typical... I guess you said it wasn't so bad for you, but the whole, your parents... You're the first child, so your parents treated you different.
Yeah.
Than,
Well, my
I never
parents-
really found that with me.
The thing is like normally you would think that they would let go for the second child, and the first child would be like, they would still be like kind of hover parent, but like when my sister came along, they were just kind of like, all right, we're doing well. Both of them can kind of have the freedom. So
The weird thing for me is I never thought that my parents treated my sister differently at all. But if you ask my sister, she would say that I was treated better than her. And I was the oldest, which is weird because that's not what you typically hear. Normally you hear that, oh, the baby was babied. And
yeah.
But no, as far as I'm concerned, they treated us both equally.
Yeah, I think my parents were a little harder on me because they had being the older
You have
sibling.
higher
I
expectations.
had a certain expectation, but my sister was just like good grades without trying. She didn't really get in trouble. The only time that like there was any issues is when I was tormenting her, right? And I was always the one who was getting in trouble. I was talking a lot, and I was always out of my seat in school and stuff. So like, I mean, on one hand, you could, from the outside looking in, you could be like, oh, they were harder on you, but I kind of brought it onto myself.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you asked for it.
A lot of the times, yeah, I did. I mean, like, my sister never, like, when I was a kid, I just, like, I remember going out to the woods and setting fire to a carpet. Like, my sister didn't do shit like that.
No. I mean, for me and my sister, we would, like, walk out in the backwoods of our place. There was, like, this broken down old trailer thing.
Yeah.
And, like, we would, like, just beat the shit out of it, you know, just... I mean, it was... like, we had those
Out of what,
right?
Alex?
Like,
specify. What did you...
we would take, like sticks and...
Beat up the
rocks
trailer.
and shit,
Okay.
And, like, just, like, beat this trailer up.
What do you
Yeah,
think?
it's
You
like-
beat
I don't know,
his
he-
sister up?
Like,
I
we'd
was
bond-
thinking, that he was
just
beating
beat
up
my
his sister.
Just fucking take
Yeah.
her back and beat her.
See, I grew up in the boonies, so it's not like you were saying about how your parents trusted you to be out late. If I was out late, it's because I was out in
Well,
the backwoods. It
they-
wasn't
they
because I
didn't-
was in town somewhere.
They didn't trust me to be out late because I came home late so many times that my dad put his old watch on me and set an alarm on it and said, when this goes off, you start running.
running.
That's smart.
And when that alarm went off, I was just like, I gotta get
I gotta
home.
I gotta move.
I gotta leave. I mean, me and my sister were mischievous together, except for the time that I'm like, hey, I'm gonna buy your Furby from you for $5.
Furby?
Oh,
Furby.
Fuck.
That's the
Affiliated.
Japanese knockoff Furby. It's the Furby. You know how they like their knockoff toys?
Oh my god, you're about as racist as my father at this
Oh my
point.
god.
No, that wasn't meant to be racist. As a toy collector, there's a lot of knockoff toys
Furby.
out of
Furby.
yeah.
Out of China, I would think, less than Japan.
That's what I meant, but I got messed up.
But they're all the same to me. So.
They're all Asian.
Oh my god!
See, you mentioned like
The Furbies are like, me hungry, and the Furbies are like, hoi! Sorry. Had to. Go on.
So
Yeah, tell us about the Furby.
you mentioned that you're rather you antagonize your sister a lot, right?
Oh, yeah.
I duped my sister into selling her Furby to me for $5. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go outside and burn this thing. So I covered it in gasoline and set it on fire and recorded it and put it on YouTube. Video's long gone.
Did you at least give her the $5?
See, when Furbies were around at our age, like I said, I didn't have access to YouTube or the internet. Like, that was...
I mean, and that's the thing. This was years later. Like, she found it in her closet. I'm like, I'll buy that from you for $5. She's like, all right. She's like 8.
I mean, after I had moved out, my sister was still in high school. She moved in with my dad, and I found out that my stepbrother Maddie helped carry on the whole torment thing. I remember hearing stories that, like, my sister wanted to get into kickboxing.
Sure.
To stay fit. She had these pink boxing gloves, and she said she woke up one morning and Maddie was standing over the boxing gloves and just started going. And I was like, I needed to hear that. That he kept it going.
I mentioned this on the last podcast, but like there were times where I was antagonizing my sister. That I will not deny, but not as much as my parents thought I did. And it got to the point where, like, my sister would be whining about something. I didn't even touch her, and my mother would like turn back and say, "Both of you, like, both of you, stop!" And I'm like, "I ain't doing shit, bitch.
Well, you
I'm
get
sitting here.
Well,
I'm being
there's your
perfectly
problem.
fine."
If you called your mother bitch, then it's no wonder
Well,
she...
you get to a point where basically your parents aren't paying attention because they're like this, like they're just toning it out.
Yeah.
And they're like, when they want quiet, it's the both of you. I don't care who.
Sure. But I mean, it got to the point where, like, even when I wasn't doing something,
I had
I'll still be blamed.
I had a lot of Hot Wheels cars when I was a kid,
Sure.
and the coolest one that we had was actually a Grand Caravan, Hot Wheels. But
Those are words I never thought
was-
I'd hear.
it was cool.
The coolest one was a Grand
have
Caravan.
doors?
It was cool because the doors opened, the hood opened, the trunk door, like it had functioning like
So
parts.
it's like a die cast, like a
Yeah,
proper
but it was
model.
like it was like a tiny little Hot Wheels. Anyway, my sister stole it and put it in her underwear drawer because she thought it was the coolest one. She wanted to hide it away, and I didn't know this. And like when we were moving out, she was just like, "I still have this," and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Did you get it?
no,
Where is it now?
Well, at that point, I was moving. I was like 17.
No, let's focus on the important things, Michael. Where is it now?
Where's the caravan?
Where's the caravan, Michael?
She probably gave it to
sweating.
her son and said, "Never let your Uncle Mike have this."
I would love to find that out, but I don't think that's the case.
Well, we need to track it down. Mike's mom, if you know where it is, or Mike's dad, if you're watching, if you know where it is, we want the caravan.
Or Chelsea, if
I
you're
was
watching.
going to say Chelsea. I was going to say her name outright.
Give me the fucking caravan.
Yeah, just one of you, give us the caravan.
Do you have anything about your siblings, Greg, that you fought with?
Was there nothing in particular?
Again,
Like
it
the
was
sibling squabbles.
it was many moons ago for me, so
Do you
my
have
memory's
any
not as
sibling
great.
squabbles?
But there's one that
Many
stands out
moons
in my
ago.
mind
Many
where
blue moons.
we got home from school and my sister locked me out of the house, and the house that we were living in at the time out in the boonies, like I like to point that out, it had like an entryway, so you go through the one door and then there's another door.
Yeah.
Your porch.
The second door was an old wooden door with a bunch of
His airlock.
rectangle windows,
Yeah.
like 9 of them I think it was.
Yeah.
So when she locked me out of the house, I got so mad, I punched through the bottom right window, reached in and unlocked the door, and the mom came home, and I'm like, well, she wouldn't let me in.
You were an angry, punchy kid.
Punchy kid.
I was hungry. I wanted to get my after-school snack. I cut myself really bad, too, if I remember correctly.
Wow.
That's the one thing that stands out in my mind that I remember from when we were kids, that she just really got to me and made me so mad that I...
See, that's why you guys didn't fight a lot, because you were willing to punch through walls. Because you turned into the fucking liquid Terminator that you were... And
I was like a little angry Hulk kid.
I know that there was a time when I was over at my buddy's place and his little brother was there, and we were playing video games and we wouldn't let him play, his younger brother, and he got really pissed off and he picked up this big metal bucket and he fucking beat my buddy in the head with it, and then instantly started screaming and crying. Do you ever have that where the younger kid like will hit or do something physically, instantly realize that they did something wrong, and then start trying to play the victim?
Yes, I've seen that before.
Yeah, he picked up this bucket, beat him in the head, and then started screaming and crying. And my buddy's just sitting there like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't understand what just happened here.
like there's always the point where like if your sibling wants something, they're like, I'm gonna tell Dad you bit me. It's like, but that's not the thing.
Bite
Then
themselves.
they bit themselves, and then like they take it to the parents like, his mouth is bigger than that.
I never had that
No.
issue. My sister and I never, like, there was one time when she was trying to bother me in the morning, and I was like trying to sleep. I was really tired, and I was like 12 maybe, and I was like, I'm gonna go to sleep, and she's like, well, I'm gonna play in your room, and I was like, I don't care as long as you let me sleep. And then she kept bothering me, so I turned around once and I was like, Chelsea, I don't give a shit. And then I was like, don't tell mom. And she promised that she wouldn't tell mom. And then, like, as soon as mom came home, she was just like,
Mike said shit.
Michael swore at me. And I was like, what?
I remember my sister swore in front of my father once,
Yeah.
and I think she said damn. Like it's just like just little kids.
One of the most
words.
innocent swear words. Yeah.
Innocent swear words, right? And then so like after my mom came home from work, I'm like, hey mom. She's like, yeah. I'm like, which one's the swear word, darn or damn? She's like, don't say damn. I'm like, you just said damn. Also, Amber said damn earlier in front of Dad.
You're a little
So
snot.
mom got pissed at
Wow,
Dad.
you were a dick.
It's pretty funny, yeah.
Oh, there was that time I almost killed my sister with a lawn dart too.
Okay, lawn darts. That's
Have you ever had any issues with your siblings? No, not really. She locked me out of the house once.
I punched her.
Oh, and I killed her with a lawn dart.
No, you remember the old lawn darts that had like the long metal point on the,
The
end?
actual darts?
the actual
Yeah.
lawn darts.
Yeah, we had
You
those.
can't
The
buy
ones that
lawn
are
darts
illegal
properly
now. Yeah, we had those, and I threw one at her, hit her in the head.
Also, side note, lawn darts. Fucking, the family fun game, massive spikes that you throw up in the air and you try not to catch with your face.
Side note, mic clipping!
Like Christ, like
And I guess the worst thing that my sister ever did to me was marry one of my friends.
the worst thing. Well, I mean, at least family gatherings are pleasant, right?
Yeah, the worst thing in my adult life that my sister ever did is when we went out for lunch one time, she was just like, here's my boyfriend, and then
I was just gonna say. I was gonna make the joke about how the worst thing she ever did was hook up with.
And then no. And then she, when the bills came, we were just like, well, it's good catching up, good seeing you, good meeting you. And she's just like, yeah, we'll have to catch up again sometime. I'm pregnant. We'll see you guys later. And I was like, whoa, sit fuck back down. So it wasn't the fact that she was pregnant. It was the fact that she tried to just run out with the bill while saying that. Like,
yeah, I mean, and it's funny because
as if I wasn't going to make you sit back down and order something else.
It's funny because you had just started a job at new place, right?
Yeah. And I remember you telling me about it.
When you told me this, I'm like, oh my god, this guy's like, what a scrub. And then, like, 2 years later, he ends up working with me. I'm like, oh.
He's not as bad as Mike.
The first time I heard about you was when,
You're not as bad as Mike makes you sound.
Exactly, yeah, no, it turns out.
Oh, come on. I never said a bad thing. I was just like...
Look, if a guy knocks up your baby sister...
Yeah, I know.
Like, that's...
I know.
But I mean, like...
I never put it that way.
No, you didn't. You never did. No,
it was the fact that she tried to run out and just drop it.
Exactly.
She was just like, hey, guess what?
When you brought it up to us, you're like you looked, kind of stressed a bit at first. Like, my baby sister is told me she's pregnant.
If I remember correctly, didn't it happen right before you had to come to work too? So you literally came from there to work and then told us about it at work?
I told you about it at work.
Yeah.
I didn't work with Alex at the time.
No. So, I mean, it was... I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, you didn't say, like, this fucking scrub. I'm just animated.
Yeah.
But, like, no.
Yeah, Alex is trying to stir up shit.
And then, and then later on down the road, I end up meeting him. Yeah, he's a nice guy. It's at your bachelor party, your wedding. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, get to meet you.
Now, all that being said, the first time that I ever met Alex's sister was one time when we had to pick up her and their mom after they had been drinking at a concert.
Oh, yeah, you told the story.
Last
week,
and your
actually.
sister was just like, she was not having your mom's antics. Your mom's drunk antics.
Talking with you guys off camera, it sounds like that wasn't just a one-time thing. You guys are saying that's what your sister's like all the time.
Not all the time, but she's fairly easily embarrassed and just fairly animated.
So we probably shouldn't be talking about her right now. Does she watch the show?
She likes it on Instagram.
I've never said anything bad about you. I've never even met you, so don't lump me in with these two.
She doesn't give a shit. She's vocal.
Okay.
And she'll let you know. So,
I think I should be introduced to her. Let's give her a call.
So, I'm going to break the fourth wall a little bit and say we are recording currently on a Saturday, specifically the Saturday after St. Patrick's Day.
One of the biggest drinking days of the year.
One of the biggest drinking days of the year. And my sister...
I already heard some of the Snapchats that she had sent last night.
My sister was out last night with a few of her lesbian friends. So this is going to be absolutely hysterical. We are going to call my sister.
Assuming she answers.
If she doesn't answer, we're going to look so stupid.
Yeah, pretty much.
This isn't the first time we've tried.
If she doesn't answer, then we'll just get Alex to cut this part of the show.
We're not here. We're not here.
Yes.
How you doing?
Uh-huh.
What are you doing?
Not a damn thing, watching Shameless Wife.
Are you hungover at all?
I was around 9 o'clock this morning. I'm fine now. Why?
Oh no, I just figured you might be a little bit, shitty.
I didn't go out last night. Me and Kayla went up to Sackville, and
Sackville.
I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me, but I had to get Mom to come get me this morning.
In Sackville?
But, y'all came and got me. I don't know, it was like or something, I don't know, I'm in a lot of pain, so I couldn't handle it, but I got a little drunk last night, and, yeah, so I had to come home today because I feel like absolute shit, so.
Right. So I don't think Mom would drive to fucking Sackville to come get, I mean, she probably would, but it'd be like, hey Mom, I'm drunk out in Sackville, I fucking shit my pants, can you come and bring me new pants, come pick me up? Like, that's...
Well, I was, like, she knew I wasn't feeling well, and then I went to Michaela's Thursday night for the night, and I felt fine once I got to Michaela. Like, I felt like shit all day, and then I felt fine once I got there, and then I started feeling like I stayed the night, and then we left. I went to her classes and stuff, and I started feeling like shit all friggin' second day. We didn't get to Sackville until 6:30.
Sure.
And I felt like shit for the rest of the day. I was in so much pain, and then I got
So,
drunk, fell asleep.
I want to ask you something.
You're living more.
So at growing up, right? Like you were fairly animated, right? Like you were a little bit spastic, right?
That's not exactly the term I like to be used, but yes, go on.
So, like, what was like the point? Like you spazzed the most, or like you had like the biggest freak out? Because
Why are you asking me this?
Uh,
I swear to God, if this is being recorded, I'm probably gonna chop your balls off and make you eat them.
that's a little dramatic, but sure. I don't worry. I'm gonna cut this down a little bit to.
I hate you so much.
So
I'm not dealing with this.
Greg-
I have a speakerphone. Who else is there? Like this? No.
Well, you've never met Greg, I don't think.
Who?
Greg.
Greg?
Yeah.
I'm the middle one.
I don't know.
You don't know? You don't think you've met Greg?
Oh fuck! I don't know who I've met and who I haven't. I know I met the other one when Mom was drunk at the fucking Jazz and Blues place because you guys picked us up. But
Yeah, you're welcome.
I hate you all.
I bet.
You bet.
I hate you all.
So Alex was saying that he's kind of the favorite, and that you're.
I know I'm the favorite. So
No,
No, Alex said he's the favorite.
Alex said he's the one
I'm the
that.
favorite child. I'm just pointing that out because I have to point that out every time I talk to him. Anyway, why are you asking me this? For what particular reason do you need this information?
Well, I guess I brought up the fact that mom and dad treated me differently than they treated you, right? Like you got off with all this stuff, and
Yeah, because you wore them down. I'm
Exactly.
thankful for that, but at the same time, Dad was still a piece of shit to me more than he was to you.
That's you're getting a little real here.
I mean, you can certainly turn this around, just like the last time when you were on the phone with Alex and he put you on speakerphone and you were telling him to stay away from certain women. I mean-
yeah, but that's for his own good because he's dumb.
You could very easily turn this whole thing around on him, kind of the same way we do.
I just realized your sister and I agree on something.
that's fair. Yeah.
But like, why do you need this information?
Because Alex thinks he's being fucking clever.
I can't hear a damn thing.
Mike says it's because I think that I'm being fucking clever. I just thought it'd be funny
Hold
to.
there for a second. The service sucks. What about where are you? I can't hear anything. You sound like you're talking with a mouthful of shit. Like,
wrong?
She's not wrong. Yeah.
No, you're not wrong. So like how? All right. I just wanted to kind of give you a call to see if you had any animated stories about times that maybe mom treated you differently than maybe she treated me.
well, I mean, I used to take off to go to Stanley all the time, and I used to be drunk in a ditch for most of that time, and she knew and she didn't care, and I know if she heard about your drunk stories, she'd be like, oh my God, Alex, you're so stupid, why the fuck would you do that? But she knew where I was. She knew I was dead drunk in a ditch, but she didn't care. She knew I'd be fine, but she's just like, with you, she's like, oh my God, you're so stupid, why would you do that?
Ugh, spot on.
I'm confused. I thought you said you were the favorite.
Yeah.
If you were the favorite, then wouldn't she care more about where you were than he?
No, because she liked me more because she knew that I wasn't going to do stupid things, but she knew that Alex was dumb enough to do all the stupid things.
Okay.
She liked me more, but she trusted me more. She didn't trust Alex because, well,
Well, we've met him, so we
let's
understand.
be honest, we all know why.
Oh, I see. So she was more of a friend with you and more of a caretaker with him.
Yeah.
Or his handler.
His handler.
Handler. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
That's fun. Well,
I like to rip on him. You guys are fun.
yeah, that's.
You saw this going differently in your head, didn't you?
I knew exactly how this was gonna go. Yeah, I mean you've met my other friends. When my friends tend to get together with Mike, it's just they just put me on blast and it's a good time.
So do my friends, though. So
Yeah, everybody makes fun of Alex, even her friends.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you for joining the Words of Heart podcast, Amber.
You're a dick. Bye.
So that's my
That's
sister.
love right there.
Yeah,
That is love.
that's-
I'm gonna have to cut down a few things of what she said. Just the one main thing, just for her own
Yeah, just for her own protection.
protection. But thanks. I've got two things there. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
so
make
yeah,
this uneditable.
uneditable.
Yeah.
I just gotta remember to. It's fine.
You're not gonna.
No, he'll never
Not
remember.
at all.
I'm sorry, Amber.
So yeah. Fuck, Mike. I was cut a big chunk there. Anyway, so yeah, my family definitely treated apparently, according to my sister, they cared a lot less about her drunk antics than mine.
Yeah.
I mean, like I've
That
told
can go one of two ways. Either they don't care about her and they care about you, or
It's
Yeah.
what she said.
what she said. They assume she's responsible, and you were a member of the Crayon Crew.
I've told my parents about the drunk.
I'd
the
like to
drunk
believe
antics.
the second one.
Probably true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've told my parents about my drunk antics after the fact. Like
Well, that's the thing. As you described yourself when you were younger,
yeah.
you kind of mentioned that you learned to be more passive, and
Yeah.
so
time.
maybe your parents saw you as a pushover, and your sister's pretty much the opposite. She
Pretty
doesn't
much
put
the
up with
opposite at
shit,
this point, yeah.
so they're probably not too worried about her.
That's fair. More than fair. But yeah.
So yeah,
Lessons learned.
I think I would get along with Alex's sister. That's my lesson learned.
Lessons learned. Family is important, but getting drunk in a ditch is probably bad for you.
Yeah. Lessons learned. Keep Greg away from your sister, apparently. And Chelsea, I'm coming for that caravan.
Thanks for watching that episode of the Words of Heart podcast, guys. Leave a comment down below of your sibling stories. Tell us if you get along or if you feel like your parents treated you differently. You can buy our shirts down below. You don't have to touch your nipples like Mike is, but that's optional. That's like Mike's a lot like his nephew. Check that out in the last video, just right about here or so, where we talk about embarrassing moments that parents do. And to subscribe, you can click over there in between Mike. And as always, thanks for watching.